We're going back to Ireland. Hey, it's Brainmuffin back with another beer review, and today we have Guinness with a Rye Pale Ale, which I didn't even know they made. Happened to see it in the store. I would like to welcome everybody. I've gotten comments from people that live on the other side of the pond over in England, and maybe we'll get some Ireland folks. I forget where the last guy that sent us stuff, I forget what it was. But anyway, so this is St. James Gate of Dublin. It's a product of Ireland, and I don't know is where it's made. Sometimes this stuff is not made in Ireland that we get here in the States. Product of Ireland. I keep saying Ireland, like I've got a accent. And I apologize for my horrible Irish accent. And if you got tips on how to make a much better one, please let me know, because I would actually like to be able to do accents and things, and not, as like an actor, not to be insulting or anything. But anyway, let's get this thing cracked. So, and I've had their blonde. I've had obviously the Guinness Extra Stout, which is in a bottle. I've had the Guinness Stout, and then that's in the can with the widget. It's really great. And you can draft. Ooh, wow! You can really smell the rye right on the nose out of the bottle. And rye tends to give a bit of a spiciness to beer. Some good, interesting flavors. I don't mean hot, but I mean this kind of spicy aroma. Wow, that's very interesting. It's definitely pale. It almost has a blonde notes, and considering the coloring that we see there, I would expect blonde notes off of it. Oh my goodness, it's like a rye bomb. Oh, that is good. Wow. That is so, it's like refreshing and light. It's flavorful, but it doesn't linger. There's a tiny bit of bitterness on the back end. It's like rye the whole way. It's fabulous. Wow, that is good. That is really good. Most rye pales, I mean, it's almost got, it's a 5% alcohol. I think it was 18 IBUs if I remember correctly. Yeah, 18 IBUs. So it's not very bitter. It's very mellow. It's just kind of there. Mouth feels very thin, but it's thin in a good way. It's like it needs to be that way. And then just kind of leaves rye on your tongue, and you just kind of just sits there. I don't really know Irish cuisine very well, unfortunately, but this beer would go with a lot of stuff. I don't know if shepherd's pie and stuff like that is Irish. I know I've had it in things that have stuff from all over the UK, bangers and mash, really good pork sausages. This would be perfect with any of that stuff. You could have this with heavy soups and 7-bean soup, even ham soup. Oh man. This would go well with a very wide variety of foods. I don't know about spicy hot foods, maybe, but it would definitely go with anything heavy and with a lot of fats in it. And this would just wash over the tongue and just take all those fats off of it. Man, this is fabulous. I'm giving it a 5, which is extremely rare for me. It's extremely rare I give a beer a 5. You usually find something to criticize it about. The mouthfeel is thin, and quite often I would criticize. I even have a lot of my own home brews. I think the mouthfeel's too thin. In fact, that's what I got to change in version 3 of my Belgian Stout. And this, it's like it has to be that thin. It's not watery. It's just kind of thin. It does not real thick feeling. A lot of people talk about Guinness Stout and how heavy it feels. That's the mouthfeel. Because Guinness Stout, I don't even know if it's 5% alcohol. It's very low in calories. It's actually less than a Budweiser. Somewhere between a Budweiser and a Bud Light as far as calories. And this is probably relatively light in calories. And this is what shows you can actually have a beer that tastes light and is refreshing and still has a lot of flavor, doesn't have a lot of calories and going to weigh you down, but it's not some watered down lager crap that we serve here in the States. This is really fascinating, because I mean, I've had some ryes that were good and they had other flavors and things, but this one's good. This one's different, it's unique, but it has this blonde notes to it. Blonde pale ale, and is a rye. It's kind of cloudy, a little bubbly. But that is fantastic. Guys at Guinness, you have, gals, I'm a brewers at Guinness, you have outdone yourself. This is a fantastic beer. One of the best pales I've ever had, one of the best ryes I've ever had. And it just floats with you. It kind of lingers in the front of the mouth a little bit. But yeah, this is a fantastic beer to have with just about any meal whatsoever. But I would definitely have some meats and stuff with it. It's not going to weigh you down. It's going to wash you over. It's going to give you some flavor and not be so, it does not water down. And I mean, this is a really good beer to have with food. Really good. So I can't say enough. And I've never had this before, and they're not sending me money. So, although I wish they would. All right, have you had this? You think I'm full of crap and you think this is one of the worst beers you've ever had? Or do you think, hey, yeah, it's a 4.5, but it's not a 5, whatever. Let's have the conversation in the comments below. And as always, if you have any beers that you'd like to see me review, and I've got a list that's growing, I've got some stuff I've got to find. I got some stuff from Belgium I've got to find, some stuff from the Netherlands I've got to find, and I'm looking for a Swedish beer. I haven't found any here in Cincinnati yet, but if you know of a Swedish beer in Cincinnati, please let me know. What I'm also going to possibly start doing is some beer reviews in other languages like I did in German, but I'm actually a little bit better prepared, but we'll see. All right, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for clicking the like. You can find me on Twitter as Brainmuffin. We'll put the links in the description. And Brainmuffin on Untappd. Send me a friend request and you know what I'm drinking. All right, thanks. Bye. Jibby, 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 jibby. Still don't get any hops. 5%, 18 IBUs. Alright, let's get started. Product of Ireland. I'm not going to do it in a very bad Irish accent. People over the pond will give me those.